Overnight they have become infected, and I felt like this morning I couldn't get on top of it. Zoe's skin is getting so bad, I don't know what to do. So today I am going to take her to the hospital to see if they can figure out what this allergic reaction is about and to come up with a game plan, because I'm honestly to a point where I don't know what to do and I'm just worried. It is just before 6:30 and Finn, Zoe and myself are in the car. Mick will take Amira to school, and we are going to head down to a hospital that specialises with the child emergency department, just because that way we will get seen quicker and there'll be pediatrics on call. One thing I'm really hoping is that I'll be able to get my hands on some coffee, because I would really love some coffee right now. I have a snack for me. Zoe's currently munching away on some dry cereal. That way, the sooner we get there, hopefully the sooner we can come home. I have forgotten how bad morning traffic has been, because I usually travel in the opposite direction for school run, and to make things just that little bit worse, I forgot my purse. I don't know if it's the same for you, but ever since Apple Pay came into existence, all my cards are on my phone and my driver's license is here in the car. So any additional cards that I don't frequently use, I don't have on me. So I've just called up Michael and I've asked him to take a picture of our Medicare card and our insurance card, and hopefully the hospital will accept that, because I don't have a physical copy right now. Getting out of the house in a rush has clearly been bad because I've forgotten the stupid cards. Zoe, we're at the hospital. We'll go get your bubbles looked at. Yeah? Okay. That was a lot of information to process, and I'm going to call Mick up and talk to him about it all. So I will give you guys an update when we get home about what's happening with Zoe and what is going to happen with Zoe. Unfortunately, going out to the hospital this morning to get Zoe's hand looked at means that Finn is out of his sleep routine. We should be home by 9:45, so he's only going to be an hour out, but he fell asleep at the hospital. He drifted a bit in the car. I don't know what today's going to look like. got band-aids on?
Yes.
Are your nails trimmed? They're nice and short?
That's not too much.
Are your nails nice and short? Yes? Okay, you got one more. Where's the last one? On your? Where?
This.
You got another one on your neck. On your neck.
Okay. I said doctor. What's it turning on doctor?
If you can hear some construction work happening, it's because next door is getting all flattened out and ready for new development. But I just wanted to hop on and tell you what the doctor ended up saying about Zoe. So currently Zoe is having her lunch and watching some learning songs, and Finn, praise the Lord, has actually gone down for a sleep. He really fought this. And it's so hard to be out of routine, but obviously Zoe's health is more of a priority than Finn's sleep at the moment. This morning was rather interesting because the doctor that we first were seen by said that she thought it was impetigo. However, she thought at the same time that there could be a secondary infection because the swelling that was happening on Zoe's right hand and arm had a centralized local purple area, and it didn't look like the impetigo, which is kind of like your staph infection, which is what the other spots were coming up as. Her mosquito bites on her head, the one on her finger, the one on her toe, all looked very much like a staph infection. However, the one on her arm on the side, that one looked bad, like it looked angry and it was sore. Zoe flinched when the doctor felt it, and so she went and got a second opinion. When the second doctor came in, he was very different from our first doctor. He was quite abrupt and wasn't really listening to me as a mum, which I'm sure if this has happened to you, it makes you so frustrated because you know your child. He kept telling me that the one on her hand and the one on her forearm were bites. And I told him they were absolutely not a bite. When it came to the other areas that were coming up as infected, I could tell you what was the bite and where it happened. But the one on her hand in particular came up overnight, and that made me really worried, which is the whole reason why we went to hospital, because it felt like I couldn't get Zoe's infection under control and I didn't know what to do, and the topical cream wasn't working. I really struggled to come up with a plan that was gonna help Zoe to stop this infection. As the two doctors were talking, they couldn't really come up to a conclusion on what the second bite was. They think that it's a secondary infection and it's a result of Zoe's body fighting so hard with the infected mosquito bites and the other sores that she has that her body is just not coping at all. And they've given her some antibiotics, which I will go get filled out as soon as Finn wakes up from this first sleep, or after Zoe's midday sleep, whichever one is the easiest. When our original doctor came back with the script, I think she had picked up on the fact that I love knowledge and data. So she had printed me off some fact sheets about impetigo and the signs, the symptoms, what I need to do to get on top of it, manage it, and cure it, which I really love. Because when you're in the moment of being at the hospital, dealing with the two kids, getting all this information and diagnosis, sometimes you can hear stuff and understand it, but then you walk out those doors and you have no idea what's happened. As a mom of three, my first thought is, if this is highly contagious, what does this look like for Amira and Finneas? Because I don't want to have 3 kids all with something that I'm having to problem solve and trying to figure out, and I would rather just keep everyone healthy and happy. She said it is really highly contagious. When it comes up with the pussy boil, and then if the boil pops and the skin is exposed, that's when it's most contagious. So she said, first of all, cover up all of Zoe's sores. So as you saw, I have put band-aids on anything and everything that she has either scratched or looks like it could be a bite or is a bite, or any part of the timeline, it has a band-aid on it. The second thing I've done is cut all of Zoe's nails. They are super duper short because I don't want anything popping up that I haven't covered for her to itch and then to get exposed and for the bacteria to go in and for the cycle to continue. So that's my second thing. She also has recommended that I wash all of Zoe's linen, clothes, etc. So that means if there was any exposed sores that have gotten on that, we are washing it clean. So Zoe's bed, as you have seen, is stripped and remade and everything is in the wash. Unfortunately, the weather is really bad right now, so I'm hoping that I get a little bit of sun, or at least it can air dry under the outside awning. So that's all under control. In combination with the antibiotics and all the hygienic stuff that I have done to help eradicate any of the bacteria, she has also recommended that I give Zoe a bleach bath, and that's part of the printout is the brand of bleach that I need to buy and the ratio of bleach to water. And the reason why she recommends this is because it's going to kill off any of the bacteria that is living on her skin, which is causing her to get all these blisters. So that plus the antibiotics plus all the clean sheets and clothing, etc. I'm really hoping that at the moment this is the heightened part of this scenario and that it will get better from here. I have found it really hard to try and keep on top of Zoe's skin, and I forgot yesterday to put on the mosquito repellent, and that's the reason why she got 2 bites. Overnight they have become infected, and I felt like this morning I couldn't get on top of it, and that is the reason why I went to the hospital. And I'm so glad that I did, because it's nice to have a doctor who is genuinely interested in Zoe, and the fact that she didn't really know, and so she went and got a second opinion, and they've given her antibiotics. And she even said that if Zoe's hand becomes really infected and that the swelling either goes across her hand or down her arm, to come back immediately and that they will look after her. And that is all you want to hear as a parent, is that someone cares about your child, even a slither of the amount that you care about them. And I just felt like I was hurting. Parent life is just really challenging because you wear so many hats. I am not a doctor. I don't know these things, and obviously the more kids you have, the more things that you go through, the more wisdom that you gain. But man, it is a tricky, tough gig, especially when it's a bit of your heart literally sitting there and you don't know what to do about it. Here's my question of the day. If you have had experience with a child who has sensitive skin, could you please comment down below anything that you have found along the way of either helping them not to get infected, or products that you might use. The doctor said that allergic reactions to bites is a really big common childhood thing, and that if she's not having a reaction to anything else, then she'll probably grow out of it. So if you've got some wisdom from living this, then please comment down below. I would love to hear what has helped you and your kids, because this parenting gig doesn't come with a rule book. We only have each other, and I'll see you in our next video.